And when you walk around with that and keep delivering, how is it? Can you just
See, I can't control all of that. I don't think about that this is my aura or people are thinking about this or that. It doesn't really concern me. What I look at is myself. I look at my own experience, I look at my own preparation, and I give it my best shot. What others are saying, what people will write, what people have expectations from me, that is something that I don't try and give it a lot of importance, because that is something that is beyond my control. I don't want to use it as a baggage even before the game starts. So I look at myself, I try to tick all boxes, and if everything goes well, that's how it's supposed to go.
Just first of all, well goal. On a flat wicket, when you create opportunities, but I know that drop catches are part and parcel of the game, but still, how do you cope with this disappointment? On camera, you look visually quite disappointed when those catches went off.
Yeah, just for a second, but you understand that you can't really sit down and cry, isn't it? You have to move forward with the game. So that's what I look to do, is not to take it too far in my head and try and quickly forget it, because all of them are also new to the game. First time over here, sometimes the ball is difficult to sight, and nobody is dropping the catches purposely. Everybody's trying really hard. It does happen. So I don't want to create a scene or put or more pressure on the fielder that I'm angry, I'm kicking the box, or I'm doing something. It's okay. It's part and parcel of the game. Obviously, if it would have been taken earlier, that's good. But people will learn from this experience.
जस्ट कंग्रेचुलेशन पहले तो बट पिछले 6-8 महीनों में आपके बारे में काफ़ी कुछ लिखा गया है, आपके कंट्रोल में नहीं है, लेकिन आप कैसे इसको रीड आउट करते हो? मतलब कभी लिखा जाता है कि आप इतने देर के लिए बाहर हो गए, कभी लिखा जाता है कि करियर खत्म हो जाएगा, एक इंजरी और हो जाएगी। एज एन इंडिविजुअल आप इस चीज़ को किस तरीके से देखते हो? क्या आप मानते हो कि यू नो ग्रेविटी उसकी इतनी ज़्यादा होती है कि भाई आपके बारे में कोई भी कुछ भी लिख सकता है? और दूसरी चीज़ ये जाननी थी कि पर्थ में कप्तानी करने के बाद ऐसा लगा था कि आप ही नेक्स्ट इन लाइन हो कैप्टन के तौर पर। क्या डिस्कशंस हुए जब आपसे चीजें आगे बढ़ी इन टर्म्स ऑफ, चाहे वो वर्कलोड मैनेजमेंट हो या बॉडी को लेकर के बात हो? थोड़ा सा कप्तानी के बारे में जानना चाहते
या लोग जो लिखते हैं वो तो मेरे हाथ में है नहीं, और मैं किसी को कोई सीख देने की कोशिश नहीं कर रहा हूँ कि मेरे बारे में ऐसा मत लिखो, ऐसा लिखो। एवरीबडी इज़ फ्री टू राइट वट एवर दे वॉन्ट। ऑब्वियसली आई अंडरस्टैंड, हमारे कंट्री में क्रिकेट इज़ वेरी पॉपुलर, एंड हेडलाइन बनाने के लिए समटाइम्स मेरा नाम साइड में आ जाएगा तो व्यूअरशिप भी बढ़ जाती है, तो आई डू अंडरस्टैंड। बट एट द एंड ऑफ द डे मेरे को वो मैटर नहीं करता है, क्योंकि एट द एंड ऑफ द डे अगर वो मेरे दिमाग में आ गई बात तो मैं बिलीव करने लगूँगा। मुझे चाहिए कि मैं जैसा हूँ और मैं जो बिलीव करता हूँ वो चीज़ डिक्टेट करेगी। कोई और जो चाहता है मेरे को उस तरह खेलना चाहिए, मैं वैसा नहीं हूँ। मैं मेरा जो प्रिपरेशन रहा है या जो मेरा आइडिया रहा है, मुझे हमेशा इंडिया के लिए क्रिकेट खेलना था। मैं अपने बिलीफ पे क्रिकेट खेला हूँ, मैं हर फॉर्मेट भी अपने बिलीफ पे आया हूँ, क्योंकि मुझे लोगों ने सिर्फ ना ही बोला है। मेरे को पहले बोला, पहले तुम नहीं खेल पाओगे, फिर 6 महीने खेलोगे, फिर 8 महीने खेलोगे। खेलते 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 मेरे 10 साल कंप्लीट होने आए इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट में। 12-13 साल से मैं आईपीएल खेल रहा हूँ। अभी भी लोग वही बोलते हैं कि अब भी जाएगा, अब भी जाएगा। लोग वेट करते रहो, मैं नहीं सोचने वाला हूँ उसके बारे में। मैं अपना काम करते जाऊँगा। हर हर 3 महीने 4 महीने में आ जाएगा, ठीक है, अब जाएगा, अब जाएगा, भाई देखते हैं। ठीक है, जब तक भगवान ने लिखा है तब तक खेलूंगा, अपना बेस्ट प्रिपरेशन करता हूँ, और उसके बाद मैं छोड़ देता हूँ भगवान के ऊपर के जितनी मुझे बरकत दी है भगवान ने, उसको मैं आगे ले जाने की कोशिश करूँगा और इंडियन क्रिकेट को आगे ले जाने की कोशिश करता हूँ। और कैप्टनसी का तो मैंने ऑलरेडी बता दिया। ऐसा कुछ ऐसा मेजर कुछ पाथ ब्रेकिंग था नहीं, बिकॉज मेरी बॉडी का मुझे ज़्यादा ध्यान रखना है। एंड ऑब्वियसली मैंने डिस्कशंस किए, जो लोग उन्होंने मेरी सर्जरी की है, जो लोग मेरे को मैनेज करते हैं, इतने साल से मुझे देखते आ रहे हैं, तो मुझे वो सिचुएशन में नहीं आना था कि मैं टीम को लेट डाउन करूं। बिकॉज एज अ लीडर मेरे को अंदर होना ही पड़ेगा, हर मैच में होना ही चाहिए। मैं ऐसा नहीं बोल सकता कि मैं शायद थोड़े मैच रहूँगा, थोड़े मैच नहीं करूँगा, एंड इट इज़ नॉट फेयर ऑन द टीम। कंटिन्यूटी भी चाहिए होती है टीम को। तो उसके लिए सिर्फ फॉर द बेटरमेंट ऑफ द टीम, एंड नॉट टू पुट मी इन अ प्रेशर वाला सिनेरियो कि आई वांट टू कंट्रीब्यूट एज अ प्लेयर व्हेन आई एम देयर, आई कैन हेल्प द टीम। तो वही मेरा थॉट प्रोसेस था उसके पीछे। तो इट वाज ऑब्वियसली करना था, मन भी था, बट इंडियन क्रिकेट से बड़ा तो कुछ है नहीं। सो ऑब्वियसली इफ वी विन मैचेस, दैट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग। तो मैंने सोचा कि दैट इज द बेस्ट कॉल फॉर अस गोइंग फॉरवर्ड।
just a little insight into your mindset when you get into a match like this, where you that you're not going to be playing all the matches in the Test series. So does that alter how you think when you go into bowl in the matches that you are playing?
No, you don't look at what is going to happen in the future. You are there in the ground at that moment, you have to do a job. So at that moment, I'm trying to assess the wicket, I'm trying to assess what is happening, what are my options, how is the wicket behaving, who's the batter there, what is he thinking, how do I outsmart him, or what do I do. So what does the team require? I look at all of those things at that moment. I was not thinking about what will happen or how many games will I suppose am I supposed to play. At this moment, focusing on the test match. When the match is over, then you think about all these combinations and permutations.
Just in terms of looking for wickets, obviously
Yes.
so does that sort of alter how you approach a match, not necessarily how
No, not really. Because if again, as I said, that if I start to play on everybody else's expectation and they look at me that this is my name and this is my ranking and this is how I'm supposed to bowl, then I'm carrying a lot of baggage and that's very difficult to carry. I'm a human being, I'll make mistakes and everybody will make mistakes. But I look at myself, if I've ticked all boxes, I've given it my absolute best. I ask myself this question at night, did I give it my absolute best? And if the answer is yes, I quietly go back to sleep.
Preet, yeah.
Yeah.
The league is now 96. How is the wicket behaving now? Because 2 sessions you have bowled. And what is good enough to go for a kill in the 5th day?
As many as we can. At this moment, it's a pretty good wicket to bat. Little bit of two pace is what we can see, but nothing. I don't see any big demons in the wicket or the massive deviation. Yes, due to the weather around, sometimes the new ball will swing, but that is what you expect in Test cricket. But so far, we're not seeing any demon in the wicket or any funny business that has happened in the wicket. Yes, as much as we can, we'd like to keep a big total, so that gives us the cushion. So it's a relatively good wicket to bat on. So we want to have that cushion and try to post a big total.
This week format change, captain change, but that expectation from you to get a wicket every time you come into bowl is always there, no matter what point of the game you come into bowl. How do you mentally deal with that? Because today also before the break, Shuman gave you the ball, you picked up those last 2 wickets. उसका added pressure mentally आपके ऊपर रहता है, and how do you go about it? Because do you mentally also think कि मेरे हाथ में बॉल है, मैं तो विकेट ले ही लूंगा?
No, I don't think like that. So as I said, that everybody's expectation is not my problem. I have to look at myself. If I'll start to cater and think about so many people are expecting so many things, then I'll not be able to focus on the game. I know, as a senior player, there are responsibility, but everybody is equally responsible, and that is what we want to do. We want to contribute as a team, and everyone wants to take more responsibility. So this is what I try to do. I know there's a lot of things that go on in social media, expectations, but I try and stay away from that because I don't want any somebody else's thoughts to creep into my mind. Obviously it's not as easy as it's easy to say that okay, just keep a blind eye, but I try and stay away from all of that. I try and focus on my things, because if I start to focus and cater to everybody else's expectation, it's a downward slope and it will be very, very difficult. So I try to do that, try to focus on myself and hope for the best.
Jasper, can I ask you about your tussle with Harry Brook?
Yeah.
He obviously is someone you could have got him very close last night. That would have changed the game quite a lot. But also, how much do you enjoy the idea of going up against him this series and testing him out with that short ball a few more times?
Yeah, he's an interesting batter. I think fate had decided 99 for him because he got dropped a few times after that as well. But not to take away credit from him, that he played really well. He assessed the conditions and he fancies his game and he plays an aggressive style of cricket. He makes you think as well that he can play an aggressive shot and sometimes he can shut shop as well and try to negate if somebody is bowling a good spell. So yeah, he played really well. This is a high scoring ground, so you have to be really accurate and very clear in your plans what you have to do, because if you're a little wayward, run scoring becomes very quick. As we are saying in this game, that run scoring is very quick because of the outfield as well. It goes right or left for the fielder, it's a four. So yeah, full credit to him. He played really well, and yeah, we'll try to hopefully have better plans and try to negate his plans in the next innings when we go.
You spoke of a downward slope. In this test, you have been bowling downhill throughout. I assume that was probably the reason the no balls happened yesterday. It was just putting you off, and just the experience of bowling. You don't get to do this every day. Just running downhill or uphill at a ground. What is the experience, and how did you correct yourself today to avoid any no balls?
Yeah, it was not. So what happens is sometimes you're tired, right? In a download slope, when you're running in, sometimes the momentum takes you a little further. So, but mostly in India, we are used to playing on simple straight grounds. This is not slopey. One side is up, one side is down, and it's a little tricky sometimes because you start from a place up high, then it goes steep, and then you go up high. So it can be difficult as a bowler sometimes to find rhythm. But yeah, all of these things I've played here before, so try to use that and try to be mindful of even when you're running in downhill, you try to keep your foot behind the line. So that is something that I was focusing on, and good thing that I didn't bowl an over today.
So it's like jumping, just getting into delirious spell, just
Trying to be in control of your action, not to over sprint, or even if with the slope, if the momentum takes you further, be mindful of that, and then you take your jump accordingly.
जसप्रीत, हमने पहली पारी में देखा इंग्लैंड हमारे स्कोर के पास पहुंच गई, उनके टेल ने भी काफी कंट्रीब्यूट किया, कुछ कैचेस भी मिस हुए, भले ही वो जानबूझकर नहीं हुए, लेकिन क्या टारगेट आपको लगता है एज अ बॉलर एक कंफर्टेबल टारगेट हो सकता है इंडियन टीम की जीत के लिए यहाँ पर, और क्या बातें चल रही हैं ड्रेसिंग रूम में भी, किस तरीके का टारगेट देना?
अभी सर हमने कोई नंबर डिसाइड नहीं किया है। मैं तो एज अ बॉलर जितना दे सकते हो आप दे दो, ऐसा मैं नहीं बोलूँगा कि बस 100 रन काफ़ी है, 50 रन काफ़ी है। मैं तो अब दिस इज़ अ गुड बैटिंग विकेट, यहाँ पे इतना इजी नहीं है। आपने देखा कि दोनों टीमों ने बॉलिंग की है, ऐसा नहीं है कि पैचेस में 8-10 विकेट चली गई। यू हैव टू बोल वेल, यू हैव टू क्रिएट प्रेशर, फास्ट स्कोरिंग ग्राउंड है, आउटफील्ड बहुत तेज़ है, तो ऐसा कोई डीमंस है नहीं। तो एज अ बॉलिंग यूनिट हमको चाहिए क्वेश्चन कि हम लोग जितना ज़्यादा टोटल बना सके। फिर बाद में थोड़ा सा टू पेस हो रहा है, तो वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग के विथ टाइम और शायद विकेट टूट सकती है, ऊपर नीचे जा सकती है, तो शॉट मेकिंग टफ होगी। तो हम लोग यही कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि एज अ बैटिंग ग्रुप, एज अ टीम, जितना ज़्यादा टोटल बनाए, तो हम एज अ बॉलिंग यूनिट हम प्रेशर सिचुएशन में ना आए या डेस्परेट ना हो जाए कि छोटा टोटल है या ज़्यादा टोटल नहीं है, तो ज़्यादा कुछ कोशिश करने लग जाए बॉलिंग करते रहो।
Just when you look at where India was when you were 3 wickets down in the first innings, and then where you ended up with England being almost at parity, and that could have done when you were batting, done some real damage to England's bowling attack. Does it feel like India have let them back into the game more, or that England have just played really well?
It's a combination of both. See, we had a very good first day, and we did want to capitalize a little more. Yes, we wanted more runs than what we got, but that's how the game is. You're playing in England, and they know the conditions, and they did bowl really well as well. So that's how it is. That yes, we learned from that experience. There are a few shots that we did reflect on, and as a team that we reflected on, that we wanted to capitalize a little more and not to have that repeated in the second innings. So we are trying to gather that experience with us, and hopefully not make those mistakes in the second innings and try to put a big total.